Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for assembling here with me today. I'm Kevin Feige, president of Marvel Studios. Marvel Studios is a part of the Walt Disney Company, but we are still our own entity, which is why I'm discussing this with the focus strictly on Marvel, as Disney has their own annual report to do. So this is our annual report, and it's to share with you all what Marvel Studios has accomplished in 2017. And I must say, what a year it was for us. We released three major films, shared some secrets at a couple of conventions, hit a milestone, and then made a huge deal that brought some old friends back to where they belong. Now, first on the agenda is a look at the financial side of Marvel. We make movies for everyone to enjoy, and it's our goal to profit from them both in fanfare and financially. So the first movie that we released was the sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy, and with that it had a budget of $200 million, but it grossed $863.8 million. The film that followed it was Spider-Man Homecoming, who took his rightful spot back in the cinematic universe. And anyway, the original budget for Spider-Man was $175 million. The film grossed $880.2 million and the box office in July when it was released. In November was the final release, which was the third installment to the Thor films, Thor Ragnarok. The film made $853.7 million with a budget of only $180 million. Adding what all three movies grossed and subtracting the budget for them, we still made a profit of $2.59 billion globally. Financially, 2017 has been our best year yet. Our previous record came in 2015, which was 1.93 billion. And this also marked the first year that we released three films in one year, normally instead of the normal two that come out, usually a summer and then a fall one. Because we wanted to give fans more. We wanted to prepare them for future films and keep them excited. Along with the fans, we opened up the doors to our studio for the very first time in April. We allowed selected press to come through and take a tour to see how far we've come from that little tiny office we were once in. Of course, we couldn't leave it at just a tour. We were able to show them footage to Spider-Man and Thor, as well as Black Panther, clips that no one has seen before. And along with the clips, we had actors like Lupita Nyong'o from Black Panther and filmmakers such as Taika Waititi from Thor, who directed Thor Ragnarok, to explain what the clips were and just what everyone can expect from these films, where this is going, where the universe is going. Papers don't turn so easily. Now, let's move on to what news was released to get our fans ready for what is to come. Now, our biggest events to release information is San Diego Comic-Con and the D23 Expo near Disneyland. This year we were able to show the trailer for the Avengers Infinity War, which is speculated to be our biggest film yet. And not just in the amount of superheroes we crammed into that movie. The trailer was first shown at the D23 Expo, and then a week later at San Diego Comic-Con. Then we released it in December to the public who were so patiently waiting. That patient was worth it. As the trailer broke records. It was the most viewed trailer in 24 hours, reaching 230 million views, as well as the fastest trailer to reach 1 million likes on YouTube. Now, other news that came out of Comic-Con besides Infinity War is the casting of Michelle Pfeiffer in Ant-Man, in the Ant-Man sequel, which is also featuring Wasp. It's Ant-Man and Wasp, which people are so excited about. Some more information about Captain Marvel, that it's going to be set in the 90s. So people like when they know what decade it's going to be in. And she's also our first female-led film. So that's super exciting for us. And also there were clips from Black Panther that we recently released this year in February. Now Black Panther marks a milestone because he is the first black superhero to come from Marvel Studios, from us specifically, as he was also the first black superhero to be written into the comics that didn't follow a black stereotype. This is a movie that's meant to show that anyone can be powerful and intelligent and a superhero and not have to live up to stereotypes, no matter who you are or what you are. My goodness, I need superhero fingers. Can't turn my pages. Anyway, along with films, Marvel came to life at Disneyland California Adventure Park in Anaheim, California, with the first Marvel ride in Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Now, this ride, it took over for Tower of Terror, which is a ride that dropped its riders from 13 stories. Now, Mission Breakout keeps the same concept, except it adds the story of helping Rocket Raccoon break out his fellow Guardians from their cages in the Collector's lair, because the Collector has taken them. Now, instead of dropping initially, you shoot up as the screen changes to different Guardian characters fighting off aliens, and all to an 80s soundtrack. It's hard not to have fun when you're listening to Hit Me With Your Best Shot while shooting up into the air before coming back down just as fast. Having tested this ride, it gets your heart pumping. And the ride, it opens up the Marvel Universe to people who may not be a fan of superheroes, but enjoy something a bit more comedic and off the wall, and it can also introduce people to our world who have never even heard of it. Well, we did it. We made it through our first 10 years. And it all started with Iron Man, and here we are, 17 movies later, and still counting. In October, we celebrated with a huge gathering. We were able to gather 80 actors and filmmakers that have entered our universe for a celebration, and we took a class picture. It was representing that none of this could have been made or possible, or the cinematic universe even created, without all of these people, and even more who were unable to make it. It was astonishing seeing everyone like it was a day at camp. You have all these superheroes in one room with all these filmmakers that help bring them to life. It was like being a kid at Disneyland. I couldn't stop smiling or fangirling over Stan Lee. It's only been 10 years, but that does not mean that we're close to being done, because I know we have 10 more in us. Now it's time for the biggest news and accomplishment that Marvel has ever had, and that is Disney making the purchase of 21st Century Fox. With Disney making the purchase for $52.4 billion, that brings Marvel Studios so many new friends that we can play with. This purchase means a whole new way to expand the universe because it came with the rights to so many Marvel characters that we never had before. This included the rights of Fantastic Four and Deadpool and all the X-Men. Our first few phases are coming to an end in April with the Avengers Infinity War release. And having these new characters allows us to keep expanding and to open up a new chapter in our universe. Our fans and stakeholders have been waiting for some time to see these characters in our world, and we have been waiting to use them, and now the wait is finally over. 2008 is gearing up to be one of our biggest years with the releases of Black Panther and Infinity War, but it would not have been possible without the stellar year we had in 2017. So thank you so much for joining me today, and until next year, you may all disassemble. Thank you so much.